Just recently in India, a 48-hour general strike took place that saw the participation of 100 million workers in India. The number is absolutely astounding. In the 48-hour strike, it cost the Indian economy from Aslo Chan an estimated $4.77 billion. Now, many places like Kerala, which have a very strong leftist community, massively took place in this 48-hour general strike. In West Bengal, the Chief Minister, Banjari, actually threatened government employees that if they took part in the 48-hour general strike, that they would be punished, like there would actually be violence brought down upon these people. The government is so afraid of these general strikes that it actually required a threat of force to try to control the working class. And there were not just threats of violence, there were acts of violence. The Trinamool Council had actually gone out and committed acts of violence, as a lot of leftist groups and village councils encouraged people to take part in this strike. One person from a village council, as punishment for having taken part in this general strike, had his ear cut off. I think those of us who do support the Marxist stance, particularly those of us who support the Maoist stance, need to take a step back and actually look at the monumental nature of what has happened. 100 million people have stood up. 100 million people, something like that, is unfathomable. Even numbers that big are virtually unfathomable in China today. Even with all the social unrest as a result of capitalist reforms, nothing like 100 million people have actually stood up and gone on a general strike. Nowhere near those numbers. Not since the days of Mao had there actually been such huge numbers of people standing up and resisting what is going on. I think a lot of people who tend to look down on what's happening in India and that it's not really that important, and people who tend to be very offhanded with India in general, really need to take a look at this. There's 100 million people on a general strike that cost the economy $4.77 billion. It's also nice to think about this. When you have a few first world, arrogant little privileged white kids who run around saying that, communism's dead. Oh, Maoism's dead. Nobody cares about that. And ignoring the mass amounts of Maoist revolutionary movements that are going on in the world. The most powerful movements against the government, against capitalism, against neoliberalism, right now are Maoist movements. And this is a tremendous symbol of that. 100 million people on a general strike. This is a true testament to Mao Zedong thought, that even after all this time, it is still the greatest revolutionary force going today. All of this after the Maoist revolution in China, which was the largest revolution in world history. I think we need to keep this in mind when a lot of us think that there's no revolutionary potential in the world. 100 million people have stood up. Now, I'm not claiming the Maoists organized this or that, this is about them. What I'm saying is that the Naxalites are one of the most powerful ones in the world. And they are in this revolutionary situation where there is the massive, unbelievable number of people taking part in such a general strike against neoliberal reforms. So I just hope that those of us out there, Marxists, can keep this in mind when we think about the possibilities for revolution in the world. Hey Mouse Rebel News fans, I just wanted to let you know that I've released a new e-book debunking the claims made by Trevor Luden that Barack Obama is a communist. He made a challenge that if anybody could refute his proof that Obama is a communist, that he would stop calling him one and take his own book calling him one off the market. So if you want, head over to the MRN bookstore on lulu.com and check it out.